This old drone, mystery aircraft, UFO sightings is becoming not only worse, but ever so mysterious.
One of their officers called 911 after seeing 50 of them come off the ocean.
Some places reporting 2, 4, maybe 6. No, other places are reporting a lot more than that. Have you seen this video? Yeah, that got posted and removed, and even showing up at military bases.
Car-sized drones operating for hours in restricted airspace and able to elude local law enforcement when they send their own drones up to give chase.
And they've got a couple of these things, I think, already crashing, calling in everyone. I'm talking FBI, everyone.
Using numerous detection methods to better understand their origin. Using very sophisticated electronic detection technologies provided by federal authorities, we have not been able to, and neither have state or local law enforcement authorities, corroborate any of the reported visual sightings. To the contrary.
It gets even deeper with those guys. You won't believe what they said. Up-to-date information from all types of sources, including viewers from the community, dumping me with a lot of good information I'm going to get to you because this might affect you. Coming right up. My name is Cohen here at Riverside Homestead, and if you're brand new here, welcome. If you guys are into prepping tips, emergency preparedness, and most of all, news and awareness, stuff that you want to know about, be sure to hit that notification bell so you guys can stay up to date. Let's jump into this one. All right, guys, thanks for starting the video off with a like. It really helps out the channel. First of all, let's start with this White House briefing and then kind of flash towards things that don't really line up.
Now, finally, I just want to add a few comments on the reports of drone activity here on the East Coast, particularly in and around New Jersey. We have no evidence at this time that the reported drone sightings pose a national security or a public safety threat.
Okay, real quick pause. They basically don't have any proof that there's any threat, but at the same time hasn't provided us with any kind of information letting us know that they even know what's going on. Is it the America that we know to just let whoever come all in, fly all over our airspace? Something's not adding up. It gets worse.
The Department of Homeland Security and the FBI are investigating these sightings, and they're working closely with state and local law enforcement to provide resources using numerous detection methods to better understand their origin. Using very sophisticated electronic detection technologies provided by federal authorities, we have not been able to, and neither have state or local law enforcement authorities, corroborate any of the reported visual sightings.
Tell me if I'm wrong. Is he basically saying that they cannot validate the hundreds of videos that have been provided via all social media, which is unlimited? You know, kind of like this one right here. You got dozens of people out with their cell phones recording this.
I don't know, bro. I mean, no se mueve de ahí.
Now look, I don't know if that video goes and correlates with this, but this is one of the videos that has been circulating, revolving this New Jersey mystery drone UFO thing. But we'll come back to even more videos. We got plenty.
To the contrary, upon review of available imagery, it appears that many of the reported sightings are actually manned aircraft that are being operated lawfully. The United States Coast Guard is providing support to the state of New Jersey and has confirmed that there is no evidence of any foreign-based involvement from coastal vessels. And importantly, there are no reported or confirmed drone sightings in any restricted airspace.
Again, pay attention to this White House briefing because there's a whole slew of things that don't align with what he's saying. And did he say that these vessels are manned? We've got several news clips of these things hovering and going back to the same spot every single night and just staying there. Does that sound like something that's probably manned? And usually these things are like fairly small, 4 foot, 6 foot. Doesn't add up to me. Let's hear these last statements he's got.
We certainly take seriously the threat that can be posed by unmanned aircraft systems, which is why law enforcement and other agencies continue to support New Jersey and investigate the reports, even though they have uncovered no malicious activity or intent at this particular stage. While there is no known malicious activity occurring, the reported sightings there do, however, highlight a gap in authorities. And so we urge Congress to pass important legislation that will extend and expand existing counter-drone authorities so that we are better prepared to identify and mitigate any potential threats to airports or other critical infrastructure, and so that state and local authorities are provided all the tools that they need to respond to such threats as well.
Okay, one thing that comes to mind, and I'm sure with you guys as well, the China balloon incident, right? The China balloon saga. Now, did we have any confirmed threat from that? Or did they just blast that thing out of the sky because they knew it wasn't theirs? So then we go back to the thing is, like, are they behind these things and they just don't want to share with us what's going on? Is there some type of illegal surveillance going on? One of our community members wrote in and said, something smells fishy with this drone situation. Sounds like a distraction from something bigger, some bigger event. Isn't clicking with me. Something else major is coming behind closed doors. What's your opinion? This smells fishy because they have everyone glued to this drone thing right now. That's a matter of a fact. They do have everyone glued in on paying attention to this drone activity. So could it be a cover-up? Is there something else that's happening that we're not focusing on? Let me know down in the comments. Let me know if you're in line with the way that guy's thinking. Okay, let me get through a couple more crazy clips here before I give you my opinion. This right here is a supposed picture of one of these things, zoomed up. Now they're talking about this thing being shaped like a plane, but it's not a plane. And I don't know if that's kind of a distraction or a disguise, but this Steve Skojec provides some of his insight, maybe opinion. Stay safe. Okay, I wrote a post on this yesterday, but it's time for New Jersey's drones thread with some of the evidence I've been collecting from afar. If you want to know what's going on, start here. So this guy's getting a lot of attention. I'm talking 20 million views. He might be onto something. Let's see what he has to say. For weeks, UFO sightings have been increasing. True. The strangest, most persistent manifestation of this phenomenon is happening in New Jersey. We already know that, where hundreds of sightings of strange, large drones disguised to look like commercial aircraft are flying around every single night. And I have to tell you, I read through the comments, I read through my emails. This is not the only place that people are seeing some weird stuff. He goes on to say they fly low and slow over residential neighborhoods and sensitive installations and even military bases, and we got some coverage on that. Drones are broadcast. No flight information is required by law. Drones that stay in the air for hours, which typically drones cannot do. Now you guys will have to let me know the clarifications on that, because he said if it's not manned, there's no flight information required by law. But the White House press secretary dude said that, what'd he say? They're manned. Like I said, things just don't add up. Steve goes on to say, lest you think that they're just a big misunderstanding, law enforcement in New Jersey is concerned and stumped. And then someone drops this little news clip in here.
Tonight, the investigation into reports of small car-sized drones hovering over New York and New Jersey is deepening.
Oh, it's slowing down.
Tonight, authorities in Toms River, New Jersey, launching their own drone offensive for a closer look. Their eye in the sky, capturing one of the drones in motion.
You're not targeting or going after them, so to speak. Is there a methodology and reason why?
Well, right now we just want to identify what it is. The way it was explained, they're 2 feet bigger than our drones, or 2 times the size rather, so they're about 4 feet, and it looks like it's a fixed wing type craft. What concerns us mostly is that at this point nobody's seen any of these units taking off or landing.
This is a significant threat to U.S. national security.
Retired 4-star general and NBC News military analyst Barry McCaffrey tells NBC News there's good reason why local and federal agencies are treading carefully.
When you see something of this capacity, you wonder why it would be needed. What are they doing? It implies a heavy payload, and a heavy payload would be either something dangerous, a bomb, but in this case, surveillance of some sort.
Look what's back again, same spot as last night.
Meanwhile, more sightings of the large drones continue to proliferate social media. New Jersey resident Michael Marciano capturing these images on Saturday.
Coming right above my house.
The FBI not commenting on the drone activity to NBC News, but setting up a tip line for people to report any sightings.
It's moving really fast now.
Growing concern as the mystery in the sky continues. George Solis, NBC News, Toms River, New Jersey.
Steve goes on to say whoever's behind this, they seem totally unconcerned about being photographed or filmed, which makes it highly unlikely that they are a secret military or defense industry tech, right? But the fact that they're not giving us any information, they're not clarifying anything, makes me think either the US is very, very ridiculous and ignorant, or they are in fact behind this whole thing. Now, seriously, this thread's got tons of great information. If you guys want to check it out, I'm going to show you this other video real quick, but this is this Steve Skojec. Skojek. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Here we go. Another great drop in his thread from the Kevin Harlan effect. How are dozens of SUV-sized drones flying over New Jersey on a nightly basis and nobody in our government knows where they're coming from or what they're doing? FBI, Congress, local officials, all baffled. And no one is even talking about it. Well, we all are talking about it, right? Here's a real quick clip.
Look at that. You know, that's the closest one we've gotten so far. The tree's blocking it. Oh, bro, oh my gosh, look at that. They're four-way rectangular. Oh, it's got blurry. Damn it. Oh, there you go.
That one was filmed just a couple days ago. Here, check this one out. This is from UAP Reporting Center, sent in by a resident in Bergen County. In the video, I thought it was a plane, but after seeing the picture, I'm not so sure. Doesn't look like any passenger plane to me. Great capture.
Pushing an airplane.
Those things are wild looking, right? Now, if you've seen this shoot down the drones video, I wouldn't totally buy into that one. It says 20 minutes after President Trump gave the order to shoot down the drones, which I looked at it and it doesn't say shoot down the drones, actually. It actually says Donald J. Trump, real Donald Trump, mystery drone sightings all over the country. Can this really be happening without our government's knowledge? I don't think so. Let the public know, and now. Otherwise, shot them down. DJT. Now, the fact that it says shot them down altogether from a guy that's usually very punctual makes me even wonder if that's from him or if he's saying that with a misspelling to be tricky and to be able to say he didn't say shoot him down. But anyway, this video right here shows a couple shots of something going at it. I honestly think, especially coming from Ticker Talker, that this was probably some kind of edited thing because I don't believe that that's real. Here's another headline from Sky News. New Jersey Senator Ann Kim shares videos of mysterious drones after weeks of conspiracy theories about sightings. Do remember that this was theories, and now there's all of these videos, hundreds of videos from people like you and I taking them and sharing them. Well, now they've got to come up with some answers because what kind of government can't tell us what's in our own airspace, right? Before I tell you what I think's going on, let's see how NBC News is spinning this because I always like to know how they're throwing it out there to the world, right? It's kind of, it's part of the puzzle. The headline of it says, what we know about the drones spotted in New Jersey and other states.
Growing number of people demanding answers about those mysterious drones seen across New Jersey and other East Coast states. Meanwhile, the federal government trying to assure everyone there's nothing to worry about.
We have no concern at this point with respect to a threat or any nefarious activity. The reality is you can have a 15-year-old kid who buys a drone off the shelf and puts it up in the sky.
I would ask you, do you get the impression the federal government knows way more than what they're revealing to people?
Without a doubt.
No shadow of a doubt.
No shadow of a doubt.
When you have our governor, going out on social media saying, we don't know what it is, but we don't think it's a credible threat. You can't have it both ways.
Well, joining us now, we have NBC's Sam Brock. Okay, I know that we just got an update from the state officials in New Jersey. What did you find out from that?
Sure. So, Alex, let's just say this. It is very rare in today's political atmosphere to say that something is bipartisan. This issue is absolutely bipartisan, doesn't matter. If you're a congressman, senator, mayor, whatever level of government you're serving, Democrat or Republican, everybody seems to be in agreement in government right now. There needs to be more information sharing coming from the FBI and from DHS on these suspected drones. As to your question, Alex, about what we just learned this afternoon, Chris Smith is a Republican congressman from the 4th Congressional District in New Jersey, Central New Jersey. He held a press conference in Seaside Heights where he unveiled this legislation. First of all, he said, don't insult Americans' intelligence. We know this is not nothing. You've already deemed it to be not a risk to public security or national security. How do you know that, right? He questioned that. but also wanted to unveil legislation empowering state police and other local law enforcement to be able to essentially do risk assessment, as we understand it, on their own and to shoot down drones if they pose a risk to the public or to critical infrastructure. Not sure exactly how far that legislation could actually go, but it does express the anger right now, the outrage over the fact that a lot of these states and cities and towns feel like their hands are tied.
So like I said, when we've got this many American flights flying around, we know who everyone is and where they're going. And then we've got the White House representing us, telling us we don't know what's going on. At the same time of not knowing what's going on at all, they can somehow assure us that there's no threat. Is that what you guys take from this? Now, they said they don't know where these things are taking off from, and they don't know where they're landing. Apparently, like I said, they've had a couple crash, but haven't heard anything about that. And if it's even those particular UFO drones. But then you've got sworn officers saying that they're seeing 50 come in off of the ocean.
After seeing 50 of them come off the ocean.
Advised after we made contact with that officer that there were 50 that came off the ocean. 50? 50. That was my reaction also. There were 50 that were coming off the ocean.
And this is a sworn officer.
50 coming from the ocean. 21 mayors wanting answers, but not getting them.
21 local mayors now demanding answers from the state.
The minute you get eyes on them, they go dark. This is something we're taking deadly seriously.
The entire month before that, it was nightly drone incursions over Langley Air Force.
From a foreign entity or the work of an adversary. We're going to continue to monitor what is happening, but, at no point were our installations threatened when this activity was occurring.
Now, like I said, an evolving issue that's getting worse. We've got friends in the community say this is a cover-up. It's a cover-up from something else that's going on right now. That's their suspicion. I've got other friends from the community that are saying fear tactics. They want the American people to be scared. What is it that you guys think that's going on right here? Tell us down in the comments. I want to read all kinds of theories. As far as me, a little bit of everything. Could it be a fear tactic? Well, I think that plays into the whole thing a lot, oftentimes. Do I think that they're covering something up? That's happened before. My personal opinion on this thing is we're getting fed lies on the folks at the top telling us that they don't know what's going on. They don't know what it is. I think they know what it is. We've got advanced technology that is 30 years past our time. Stuff that would blow your mind that's even available and in place. And if they're not ours, they're a collaborator with us, especially with the fact that they haven't been shot down. It's happening every night and getting worse. Part of me thinks it could be surveillance, which in many cases could be illegal surveillance, or it could be much worse. You guys have seen the lines in the skies? Yeah. Something could be happening with that. The fact that these local officers' drones that are trying to get in on these things and see what they are, and then they just magically disappear, that's kind of bizarre. So those are kind of my thoughts. Let me know your guys' thoughts down in the comments. I got a lot more coming down the pipe here. So be sure the notification bell's on so you guys can stay up to date. A couple other videos in case you missed them. Share. Keep repping, keep learning, keep doing. We'll see you on the next one.